objective. A single objective. Bryan Swanson. Thank you, Bryan.
Thank you.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Nice to have you here this evening. After I wrote the introduction, as I'm preparing my speech, things begin to change and take shape in a different form. And now looking back on the introduction, I wish I would have worded it slightly different. Because as we look to change and make a single objective out of the company that we began, and we've been working here for 10 plus years, it seems like we need to do more outreach, which is a word Trey used earlier this evening. And outreach, what I mean by that is we need to be out helping the community more. I realized that after a trip that I had taken to Asia, that I had traveled far north, and I saw some things that broke my heart. And this was hungry children. So when you see this face to face, it's heartbreaking. People they can't even help themselves or asking for food. And you're wondering, how do these people help themselves? And they're so far away from like a common village, 25 miles north, that they couldn't even beg for food like a person you would see out here maybe at the street corner. They couldn't even ask for those type of things. And when you see it, you start to wonder about that, and you're wondering, great, we have this excellent, awesome company, and we've done a lot with this company, and the growth is really tremendous. And we've all been profitable by this company. Does the company need to change its objective from just a potential bottom line or a profit scenario into something where we're outreaching and we're helping the community? And I think that it is time to change the focus of that objective. And so the new objective I propose to you is to be working more toward helping the world so that we can put a dent in it before we leave. I was reading some statistics about children and hunger. And just in America alone, there's 16 million, estimated 16 million, it's probably changing every second. But 1 out of 5 children, so that means 1 out of 5. You walk by probably 5, 10, 25 of them in the grocery store in any given time a day. 1 out of 5 is hunger deprived. And 62% of teachers say the children come to school, or 1 out of 5 come to school hungry. And that's a very sad statistic, and that's just here in America. And I think we have more food here in America than we do in the rest of the world. And so, after this trip to Asia, and this is a place that I actually was many years ago, but we're going to bring it forward to this time frame. And this is a true story, so this is something that I was a witness to, and I really want to try to help. And so, well, how can we do that? It's really the idea behind it, and work with the company that we have, try to move forward and use our profit to make things a better place and a better world. And I came to, which I've seen these ads before, but Tom's Shoes. Has anybody seen the Tom's Shoes ads? Okay, so this guy's got a great design. He went to Argentina in 2006, and he was shaken by how traumatic the kids were living without shoes just to get around. And so in 2007, he started a for-profit company, not a non-profit company. And its basic mission is, you buy a pair of shoes, I donate a pair of shoes. He has now reached 70 countries and donated 50 million pairs of shoes. That's 100 million feet, people. That's a lot of feet that he's helping. So if you start with one, many people can be affected. And what a great goal. He went out and set a vision with the purpose of helping. How many times do we start a company that way? At the birth of this company, that was not the objective. It's always a great product, a great customer experience, and then kind of the bottom line and then profit, and then everybody can go home and we're happy. But in changing that focus, we can reach out and help somebody. Can you imagine if we could get 50 million meals out to people across the world? Just a single meal. Does it really cost that much? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. We'll have to look at that as we check out our finances. Another great story is the promise of a pencil. Has anybody heard of Adam Braun? Anybody? This is another gentleman that traveled to South America, and he was writing in his journal, and a child came up to him and he said, well, what do you want? You know, it's just kind of like conversing back and forth, playing with the kid. And the kid was, I want the pencil. And the like hit him like a ton of bricks. He was like, oh my gosh, these kids don't even have pencils. This is the most fascinating thing out of the expensive backpack, the watch, the jewelry, and all the things that I have here, my camera and everything else. All the kid wanted was a pencil so he could draw and learn how to write. Amazing. And so he started a company, the same design, very much like Tom's shoes, and he's out building schools around the world for about $25,000. And he puts a teacher in them and supplies them with all the materials that they need. It's an excellent design, another system designed to help. And I think that as we move forward as a company, what I would like to see happen is us reach out and help somebody in some kind of capacity. Tom picked shoes. Adam picked a pencil or education. I would like to pick food and see how many plates we can fill out there so that we're helping more people. And we're leaving the world a better place than when we left it. Because why not? We have the opportunity and it's in our hands to do everything we can. One life to live. Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Brian. Madam Comer, let me know.